Hey everybody, how is it going? Let's go for a bike ride so I can share a bit of a story with you about how I've wildly overcomplicated the types of video I was trying to make, and actually I need to revert back to doing what I did in the first place, just strap a camera and a microphone to my bike and go for a ride. It is absolutely beautiful on September the 2nd, it's actually warm today. Hi Tristan, look at your beard. Have you been growing that the whole time? Because I could have and it wouldn't be that good. Okay. Oh, this is so up. Show you about the cars ruining my beautiful wheelie. Oh, not sure where to put my other arm. Oh. Take us both out. Cool. So my whole original philosophy behind making these videos was making the video should never get in the way of the ride, and I massively let that happen because I decided I want better image quality, I want better audio quality, which both of those things are definitely good, but they don't help the philosophy of the ride comes first and the video comes second. So I've gone back to how I started. In 2020 I was 100% certain I needed an Insta360 360-degree camera. I bought it, I used it, I was happy with it. Then I noticed that actually the attachments are fragile, the camera's quite vulnerable to the elements. It then died. I was really upset, quite a few of the attachments broke, the camera died. And that was it. I decided that no one should ever buy an Insta360 at the time. And I kind of stand by that, but 3.5 years later, things have changed massively. I've been using the GoPro Max for the last 3 years, and whilst it's really good at certain things, I can plug a microphone into the side of it. The app doesn't have a load of cool editing features which make Instagram Reels and stuff like that super easy. It's a little bit clunky, the quality isn't fantastic, and then you have the GoPro issues where sometimes they don't turn on, and other little quirks. On the whole, reasonably happy with it, but 3 years later I decided, or have been deciding, something needs to take its place. 2 days ago I decided I was now ready to take the dive back into the world of Insta360s. I bought an X3 with a little microphone adapter, I plugged it in, and here we are. It's going to live on the front of the bike that I'm riding on the day. I'll find other ways of using it and mounting it, I'm sure. But it means that we can go back to making videos in the way I always used to enjoy. Really natural, really easy. It doesn't get in the way of my ride. If anything, it makes my ride more enjoyable because you notice things when you ride a bike. Things which seem important. Things that maybe you want to share at different times. And that was what I really enjoyed. I'm not sure how the wind noise will be today though. So I'm going to play around with this over the next few weeks, find different ways of using it, just like I did when I first had one. And hopefully fall back into the routine of making videos when I find important things to talk about, but instead of overcomplicating it, thinking, oh, I need mic to film all the time, or I need a nice mirrorless camera in my hand with a gimbal, proper microphones plugged in, just take it back to what it was in the first place. Don't overcomplicate things and enjoy what I do. And also, I'm a big fan of playing with toys, and it's quite a nice motivator to have alongside the fitness that cycling gives you. Just the idea that I'm going to go and do this today, play around with this, learn a few tricks with it, and see what happens. If you've never seen the videos I originally made, please go and check them out now, because I think they are quite different. They are a little bit more natural to what I ended up doing, and it's like going for a bike ride with me. And the beauty is I can always integrate it with the use of a normal camera. And I think that's something I'd neglected, but actually these cameras really do have a place. It's only been 2 days, but I am really pleased with the quality of the Insta360 X3. I bought it myself. This is not a paid for promotion. It's just me saying I was wrong about what I said before. I was right at the time. Things have moved on in the last 3.5 years. And that's really good, isn't it? All of the accessories made by Insta360 previously were fragile and weak. They cracked, they're quite brittle, the plastics. They've now shipped that out to different companies and they're all third-party accessories. So actually they are made by people that specialize in making equipment. And because of it, they work really, really well. They feel more quality, they are heavier, but more robust because of it. I really hope this turns out as well as I'm envisaging it in my head. There's only one way to find out. Let's put it in the computer. If you made it this far through the video, you'd have heard there is some questionable wind noise. I think if I'd worn the microphone underneath my jersey or just simply not tried to talk into the microphone whilst going quickly downhill, probably would have sounded a little bit better. So this is my Lapierre Pulsium All-Road. I'm going to show you this in a separate video because I've made some interesting changes to it. It's very similar to the yellow bike I had last year, but it's not the same. Going back to the accessories and things then, it even has things like a little cage from Small Rig, who are well known for making cages for cameras and things, and everything is just better than it was 3 years ago. And I was really disappointed at the time with how the camera failed on me. It was ultimately weatherproofing that failed, and that's what killed the camera. This time the camera is completely waterproof apart from when I plug in the external microphone, so just need to bear that in mind when I ride. Actually the microphone is much better on this as well. Previously could not have used the camera's microphone. I really like a little bit of technology and things like that. It's something which I like reading about for a long time before I ever buy anything, and that's kind of the point of this video. Previously, the best camera that I could have used was the GoPro Max, but ultimately it didn't do all the things I needed it to do, so I used it less and less and less. Fell in love with using other cameras, such as the one that I'm filming on now. Really enjoy doing that. But going back to the sort of videos that I really enjoy making, which are just really quick, easy, on the bike videos, interspersed with a bit of good camera quality, hopefully. Dog! Yeah, hopefully you found that interesting. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time when we'll be talking more about the changes I've made to that bike.